Hello everyone and welcome to Red Hot Go, the show where I watch the first 3 episodes of an anime recommended by you and give my first impressions on it. This time by request of The Fez Dragon, Alex Funny-Act, Vin VT, The Yee Yee Boy, and Bronzeye, I will be giving The Disastrous Life of Saiki-K a Red Hot Go. The first thing I noticed about this show is that it is very fast-paced. The first episode in particular had several scenes where multiple people would be talking at once, which makes it very difficult to keep up with subtitles. But that's hardly a flaw in the show. What is the fault of the show is just how faithful it is to the source material. Now, I've never read the source material, but when you're getting recaps on story beats that happened seconds ago, or when the show literally tells you to read a previous chapter, you know that the showrunners didn't want to leave anything out, which makes it a bit odd to watch at times. Explaining all of the anime tropes with Saki's powers is superfluous. It amounted to a lengthy exposition dump by Saki, expositing that the shonen-style underdog wins, the survival rate among those involved in severe accidents, and the plethora of colourful hairdos were all his doing. That is an intriguing idea on paper, but the way the show uses that idea is just a chapter of the authors saying, "This is why it's okay for me to use these tropes," and it's just unnecessary. Saki himself is fine. I like how he tries to do the right thing by people and how he can have a temper as any teenager would. I like that despite acting cold and emotionless, you can tell that Saki cares about his friends and will protect them when needed. Usually I rail against bland characters. I only gave Mob a pass because he had so much characterization. But Saki doesn't have that. He does have a cast of over-the-top side characters who make up for his lack of entertainment value. Besides Saki's parents, who are more often than not just annoying, I adore all of the side characters. Disastrous Life of Saiki-K has a style where each character has a generic trait, but turned up to 15. Hyro is your Hinata-style energetic go-getter, but he is so enthusiastic about everything he does that he inspires those around him, and even causes Saki to give a damn. Yumehara is so love-struck that she immediately falls in love with the next guy she meets, after Saki hilariously dodges her advances. Kaido is your typical Chunibyo, but the show goes out of its way to show the cracks in his facade and play it for comedy. Teruhashi is so narcissistic that she falls in love with Saki simply because he doesn't fall for her friendly front. But my favourite character in the entire show is Nendo. He is so thick-headed that Saki can't read his mind, which is funny enough, but he is also such a bro. He's self-sacrificing to a self-destructive degree, he has a soft spot for fathers, and he is overly loyal to and affectionate towards Saki. Ultimately, The Disastrous Life of Saiki-K is an absurdist comedy disguised as a slice-of-life show about a kid with psychic powers, how those powers affect his relationships with people, and how he lives with those repercussions. More often than not, the comedy comes from people trying to interact with Saki even though he wants nothing to do with them. We know that he does care for other people, as we see when he avenges Kaido, but I don't see any sort of character arc where he learns to live with people. Instead, it seems as though the show is content to have Saki interact with a plethora of vibrant characters, and frankly, that's okay. So despite some subtitle issues, the odd annoying side character, and another emotionless protagonist, the cast of characters that inhabit The Disastrous Life of Saiki-K do more than enough to make up for it. From ice cold red hot, I give Saiki-K a rating of boiling. I will certainly be watching more. And that is it for this episode of Red Hot Go. I'd like to thank my patrons, Orion Tran, Quincy Chamberlain, Jaman5, Lars Espen, Shark, Data52, NerxU, Pixcalibur, Alberto Cruz, Tyler Bennett, and Jeremy Pashik. I also appreciate all of you for your patience and understanding while I took a break. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.